Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Soulcreek. We're on our way to the Rhinestone dish and just caught a glimpse of the ruins of our long dead people. Fun times. Yay. You are not okay. Loken steps over and squeezes my shoulder again to comfort me. No one can even tell me how it happened. It was a long time ago. It's only been 3 days for me. My people are dead. Look, everything's dead. How? How did this happen? Loken despondently withdraws his paw. Sorry, this is just a lot. I thought, since you have no memory. Loken hesitates uncomfortably. He has no idea how to console me. They are just buildings that contain salvage. Only this and nothing more. Something he says causes something to stir within me. Something subtle. I barely notice it. Only this and nothing more? That's all we are now? Trinkets and rubble? I'm angry. They didn't deserve to be forgotten. He tilts his head sideways. But we must be cautious with what is remembered. There may be consequences. My fist clenches. Nobody even wants to remember us. They're too scared. How the hell did this happen, Loken? It's not fair. I want answers. Not just for me, for everyone. Loken gives me a sideways glance. His eyes seem to narrow, I assume. Very slightly. Come. We must complete this task to earn the support of the auto monks. We have time to search for salvage, too. Together we trek down the hill and into the ruin-Zephyred town. A sense of abandoned melancholy lingers. Loken and I tread through tightly packed factories, all of it smothered by ruin. The town is a skeleton. Walls are smashed in and out. Roads are cracked beyond traversal. Rust and rot have crept around every neglected building and post. We move side by side in pensive silence. Our footsteps crunch on crumbling cobblestones. The wind sings a haunting tune. Loken seems tuned into his surroundings, his ears flicking and his eyes sharp. You are recognizing things? Somberly, I shake my head. Bai can probably tell us. No. I fix him with a weary glare. He can scan things. Otherwise, we'll never know. He will lie. I shake my head, frustrated. How can I get him to trust someone he can't see, hear, or understand? My gaze goes skyward to the tallest structure, somehow still standing after the cascade. What can you see, Bite? Boring mutt with a shitty attitude. Brilliant. Now, focus. Tell me what happened here. Well, this town had a large industrial estate. There would have been a lot of people working and living here. I'm seeing external and internal detonations, ammunition casings, and incendiary burns. There's evidence of blockades being built in the streets. There was a last stand here. So, the cascade was violent. Going by what I see, it's possible the Zephyr didn't just vanish. They were massacred. There was a war. You know this. Loken looks at me, his pace remaining constant. There are signs of a battle. I think my people were exterminated. The husky scowls. War makes bodies. There are none. Human remains from the cascade have never been found. My face scrunches up in confusion. When demons kill, what do they do with the bodies? Loken looks uneasy. Sometimes they are taken. Sometimes they are left. Other times they are displayed. You believe the cascade was caused by demons? The Zephyr would have hidden outside the Blackstones to escape them. Maybe they did. I assume that's how people survived. No Zephyrs survived the cascade. Well, then who formed the clans? Were bipeds part of the Zephyr? The formation of the clans is beyond memory. You did not mention this war before now. That's because Bite only just figured it out. And there's the scowl. No. Yes. His throat rumbles. Do not dig too deep, Alex. There are consequences. Before I can answer, he gestures for me to follow with a flick of his head and increases his pace. You need to find a way to make him trust me. Give him time, he'll come around. I exhale, irritated, and follow the abrasive hound. After a while, Loken gestures to a nearby warehouse. The giant metal sliding doors are bent and collapsed. Half of the brick wall has caved inward and the structure is overgrown with vegetation. We have time to search for salvage. We will try in here. What are you expecting us to find? These buildings sometimes have good steel. Our workers can smelt it down to make weapons and tools. Look for large cables. They sometimes contain copper. It is valuable. Come. We march to the warehouse, side by side, and pull the mangled metal door open together. I don't think we're gonna find anything here. It's a dump. Perhaps not. We will search anyway. You will search in this area, I will search in the next. Is it a good idea for us to separate here? This place is much bigger than that old house. Being alone will strengthen your vigor. There are no demons here. Listen. I do so. We're both silent for a second. Tell me what you can hear. Nothing. Then it is clear. You will hear them long before you see them. He seems pretty confident. All right, I'll search here. I don't feel anxious about separating anymore. Wanting answers from my species has made me infinitely more focused. Okay, use your wit and take your time. Remain in this warehouse. I will return here soon. Rather awkwardly, I start shuffling around like a child lost in a crowded market. I have no idea what I'm really looking for. I sweep some cracked debris aside with my foot and quickly decide that I'm not going to find anything by myself. Alright, Bite. What can we see? Dirt. Some more dirt over there. On top of that dirt is more dirt. Nearby, extra dirt. Also, dirt. You see those windows? Guess what they're covered in? Dirt? No, moss. But also dirt. Wait, there's an anomaly. Can you kneel down? Get a closer look at the floor. Confused, I do so. The rubble cracks beneath my feet as I kneel. Most of the floor is covered in broken debris and decaying rubbish. And dirt. Some of the material on the floor is foreign to this part of Alayla. Rub your finger across that piece of glass. This seems like a good way to get an infection. I said to rub your finger on it, not pick it up and shiv yourself. I do as he suggests, bring my finger up to my eyeline after smearing it over the broken glass. My fingertip is covered in grime. Yes. Dirt. That isn't dirt. It's fertilizer that's been brought in from outside. There's a trail of it leading through this warehouse. Was someone else here? Follow the trail. It goes through that doorway on the far end. At the far end of the warehouse is a metal door. I approach it cautiously, trying to listen out for any unusual threats. When I hear none, I head inside to follow the mysterious fertilizer trail. It leads to a smaller, run-down room. I'm guessing it used to be a bathroom, but something immediately catches my eye. Whoa, that's a big flower. Get closer. Let me scan. The sinks have been filled with pure brown soil. Growing in each one is a spectacularly huge dome-shaped flower. Each is worryingly tall with bright orange petals. Clasped within the sunlit blooms are pale blue, glistening seeds. All the rubble in here has been swept aside, and there are several holes in the roof allowing sunlight to shine onto the sinks. The room stinks of chemicals. Someone has set up a makeshift laboratory on the far side, laden with pots, pans, salvaged cooking utensils, and breathing apparatus. Huh. No results. I don't have them in my database. That's weird. Bite can normally recognize anything. Curious, I lean closer to the flowers. I have to admit, they're quite beautiful. Each petal is the size of my hand. They have a gorgeous scent, like boiling honey. I reach forward. Whoa, don't touch it. I wasn't going to. Bullshit, you weren't. I saw you. I can't tell you what they are, but their composition is similar to Papaver somniferum, the opium poppy, but it's far more potent. Those petals are loaded with toxins. What kind of toxins? Hallucinogens, psilocybin most notably. Very concentrated. I've never seen anything like it. I scowl when I suddenly realize the obvious. It's Donnelly. This is a Sugarcook hideout. Oh, you might be right. How come you can't scan it? What if Donnelly is a new species that emerged during the Cascade? We'd have been in our hibernation pod, so it's new to both of us. I don't see how an entire species of plant could appear so quickly, let alone one this big. We need to warn Loken. I turn back to go find the husky. Ah, what the? No sooner have I left the bathroom turned greenhouse than a pair of unfamiliar paws had me by the scruff of my neck. I flail and find myself looking up into the eyes of a bestial female hyena, her teeth bared furiously at me. What's this thing? Hey, get off! It talks? Help! Demon! Demon! With my teeth bared, I throw a wild punch at her. My knuckles connect with her muscle at the wrong angle and my skin tears on her fangs. She barely even notices. I flail my hand to try and shake off the pain. What are you made of? She throws me to the ground with a horrible crunch. I stumble backwards to see my attackers. Alongside the hyena is another female, a weasel similarly poised for a fight. Behind them stands a male canine, a Doberman, roughly the same size as Loken but far less built, with a longer muzzle and nastier snarl. The three of them stagger backwards when I see them, fists raised defensively and eyes wide with alarm. They're wearing rags that look plucked straight from Zephyr ruins. All three are lithe and weary, with bloodshot eyes and trembling hands. I'm reminded of Barrow, with their withered physique and gaunt faces. But there's something more to it. They seem blurred and lethargic, almost completely sapped of life. What is it? Demon, kill it! Their voices are slurred and tense. Oh, well. I raise my hand to them. Wait, I'm not a demon. It lies. Just kill it. Hang on, just listen. They don't let me speak. The hyena charges at me madly with teeth bared, swinging her wobbly fist right at my face. She's bigger and stronger than me by miles. A punch to the face could knock me straight out, maybe even kill me. I flinch in horror. I don't even have time to bring up my hands to defend myself before. What? What happened? The hyena's fist is still flying at the same speed, but somehow everything seems slower? Time is dilated. My mind is still operating normally, but I perceive everything in a snail's pace. That was close. You're doing this? Sure am. I boosted your mental chronometry. I started by enhancing the neurons in your frontal cortex, parietal basal ganglia, cerebellum, and hippocampus. What's the puny human brain version? You're just thinking faster. Superhuman reflexes. Wow, that's, How does that help? I don't know how to fight. Relax, we've got this. We'll bring your right hand around in a circular motion to block the punch, and then we turn to the side and let her go past us. By my calculation, she'll lose balance and hit the ground. I'll help you with the movements. Is this gonna hurt? Nah, we'll be fine. I meant her. Oh, well, a little? Estimation. Mild bruising on the tibia and patella areas, but she'll be okay. Bite's abilities continue to push credibility, but once again, there's no point questioning it. Neither of us can explain it. We are what we are. I feel Bite sync together with my mind, and we move together in our perceived slow motion. It's amazing. A rush of air kisses my face as we twist and deflect the hyena with pinpoint accuracy. She careens past and collapses forward just as Bite promised. Heads up, weasel incoming. I hear her heavy footsteps. She's charging headlong at us like a berserker, aiming to tackle me around the waist. It's so strange. I know time hasn't really slowed, but it really feels like she's moving in slow motion. I can't describe it. Calculating. Okay, as soon as she's close, we're going to jump up and twist. Use her low stance against her. We'll roll right over her back. Together. We arch upwards and twist around her. She rolls beneath us and goes flying into the stunned hyena, the two of them crashing in a heap together. Bite adjusts my footing automatically, and I land without so much as a wobble. This is so easy. Will she be okay? Perfectly fine. Hey, we can actually fight. I never imagined. Ah! Fuck, I forgot about the Doberman. And pain erupts from my head as I feel his fist cracking against the side of my skull. Bite catches it at the last moment and jerks my head to the left, saving me from taking the punch dead on. I avoid serious injury, but I'm still struck off my feet and knocked into the dirt again. Ow. Sorry. I tried to move you best I could. Thanks. You probably saved my face. It's the first time Bite has taken control of my body without my permission first. I think nothing of it. I trust him. Wait, stop. I'm a black runner. What? I come to my senses, seeing the Doberman standing over me threateningly. He's holding an old, jagged knife tightly in his trembling paw. I'm not a demon, you maniac. I'm a black runner's acolyte. Behind me, the weasel and hyena untangle themselves and get to their feet. Both are totally startled. The Doberman snarls at me. You're no biped. I keep forgetting people don't know what a human looks like. I get up to my feet, causing them to recoil in alarm. The Doberman brandishes his weapon at me. Whoa, hey, take it easy. I'm a human, okay? Nah, Kaya says they're extinct. It's a trick. He's lying. It's not a trick. I won't hurt you. Just back off. Unhindered, the Doberman rounds on me. I flinch fearfully and he immediately does the same. I'm not afraid of you, demon. His voice suggests otherwise. I frown, studying the three of them to try and discern their condition. Their pelts have lost color, their eyes are shrunken, and their paws are shaking. Bite, what's wrong with them? Are they informed? I don't think so, but they're still unstable. Their physical appearance suggests chronic insomnia, hypervigilance, and impaired cognition. They're stuck in a persistent state of fight or flight. It was exactly how I'd felt earlier. I couldn't imagine a worse hell than being stuck in that mindset permanently. No wonder the Blackstone drives people mad. Maybe I can talk them down? Look, I'm here with my mentor. We've got business at the Rhinestone dish. We'll just leave, okay? You're here for our stash. I don't care if you're cooking Dawn sugar. We just stopped to look for salvage. He knows about... Oh, no, that's the hyena. He knows about it. Kill him! There's a rush of movement behind me as the weasel attempts to grab me around the neck. Bite's reflex boost kicks in just in time as his code snaps into sync with my mind. I don't want to hurt them, but we're gonna have to fight again. Bite and I twist, rolling the weasel off our shoulders. She goes flying past and hits the ground with a thud. Sorry, I just... The hyena charges. She swipes at me, but we duck just in time. She takes 2 more swings. On the third, we sidestep under her arm and create distance. Will you cut that out? The Doberman brandishing his knife, and the hyena attack me at once. We dodge around the hyena, and her weight sends her tumbling to the ground in a heap. Sorry. The Doberman slashes wildly. Bite expertly deflects his arm, but the blade still nicks the palm of my left hand, cutting through my glove. A bolt of pain jumps up my arm. As I feel the blood pooling on my hand, Bite and I snap both hands around the canine's knife arm, twisting it with the weight of his swing. He yelps and the knife flies from his grip. The dog pushes me away, but Bite uses the momentum and I... Was the backflip strictly necessary, Bite? Unless you wanted to eat the ground again, yes. I land semi-crouched. My eyes are still fixed on them. They're staring at me fearfully. Blood runs from my hand. Can't believe how easy that was. Not only can we fight, we're damn good at it. Only a demon could move like that. We need to kill it. I need to defuse this. These people are unstable. I flick blood from my hand and hold my arms up defensively. Easy, guys. Easy. I don't want to fight. Just tell me what you're doing out here. Do you 3 belong to a clan? We'll never tell you. Shut up. Stop talking to it. Guys, I can help you. I'm here with my mentor. We can guide you out. It lies. It lies. Come on. All together. Kill it. All at once, they start to round on me. Bite and I ready ourselves to fight again. Stop. Loken's assertive, low voice booms from wall to wall, shattering the resolve of the sugar cooks. He approaches them from behind. They whirl around and stare, each one of them turning to a statue at the side of him. I'm reminded of the day I first met Loken. It's the exact same scowl, caustic and scathing. Glare of absolute disdain. Move away from the human. I wince. This could get ugly and I don't want anyone to get hurt. Loken, they're not thinking straight. It's not their fault. The weasel lowers her voice to the others. Oh, that's Loken? The Draconi runner? Caius told us about. I know who he fucking is. Shut up. Loken's eyes widen. You were with Caius's clan. Then you are Riptide exiles. None of them reply. I'm reminded of a teacher angrily scolding a group of guilty students. You are sugar cooks, and this is Draconi land. It is my land. All of you will leave it now. Draconi or Draconi? I forget what I've been saying before. Oh well. The Doberman takes exception. He takes a brave step towards Loken. We're not leaving, mongrel. You don't own the Blackstones. We've been here for months. We can't go back. Caius will hang us dead. This is all we have left, okay? We trade dawn sugar with some of the nomadic clans through the borders in return for food. But how have you survived this long? What about the demons? The hyena snarls at me with a vitriolic glare. I flinch. They're not real. You know that isn't true. You thought I was one. Shut up! Shut up! I shake my head. They're unhinged. They won't listen. I don't know if we can help them. Loken, let's just leave. This isn't the task. Fine, we will. Suddenly, the husky's eyes are locked on me. Alex? What? You are bleeding. I look down at my bleeding hand and wince. It's fine, Loken. They were scared. I'm fine. Loken ignores me. His glare returns to the sugar cooks with increased venom. Now he looks really pissed. You harmed my acolyte. Shit. He's a demon! Yes, they both are. Cut the small one's throat first. Any chance of Logan backing down evaporates. The hound's fists clench at the Doberman. I touch his arm to try and soothe him. Logan pushes me behind him and advances on them. Back off! No. We're not going anywhere. You harmed my acolyte. Your Dawn Sugar harms my clan. You will leave. The Doberman thrusts his knife in Logan's direction. This is our turf. I'll kill you. I'll cut your fucking guts. I'll kill you. Do not pull a knife on me. You will not enjoy it. The Doberman bares his fangs, swinging the knife wildly. He charges at Logan. Logan, stop! The hound's assault is brutal and utterly without compromise. He gives the Doberman no mercy. I push past Logan and plant both hands on his chest, pushing the husky back with all my might. You made your fucking point. Stop it! He guiltily keeps his eyes away from me. I turn to see the Doberman's condition and my blood turns cold. I've never been exposed to violence like this before. Bite, how bad is it? Oblique fracture in the humerus, severe. Posterior shoulder dislocation. Dental intrusion on 7 teeth and the loss of 4 others. Severe fractures of the mandible. Zygomaxillary center and orbital zones. Estimated recovery time with primitive treatment, 5 to 6 months. I can guide you through some immediate treatment options if you want to help him. The others rush to the fallen companion, attempting to get him to his feet. The Doberman is barely conscious, only howling in pain when they nudge his shattered arm. I back away, moving closer to Logan. They manage to haul the barely conscious Doberman to his feet, the hyena taking him over her shoulders. The weasel snatches the Doberman's discarded blade and points it at us, her arm trembling. Demon! Both of them! They bare their teeth at us like we're a pair of savages. I didn't want... Demons! She backs away and snarling and spitting like a cornered beast. I just stare, my hands raised and fingers splayed to show that I mean no harm. Behind me, Logan is as still as a statue. The pair of them shuffle out, taking the critically injured Doberman with them. I'm left with Logan. The sugar cook's gone. He finally drops his stone-faced facade and sighs sadly. Deep down, I understand the Doberman was hostile beyond reason, but all I can picture is Logan's face, twisted in brutality. You don't think that was a bit much? Logan whines something incoherent, clearly upset by my disapproving tone. He attacked. You could have just disarmed him or something. We could have walked away. They would have followed. They were sugar cooks. Dawn Sugar is dangerous. This isn't about Dawn Sugar. As soon as you saw I'd been cut, you wouldn't back down. This is you being overprotective, again. He snarls. No. This was a reasonable action. You have not dealt with those afflicted by the Black Zones before. They would have followed us. They would have killed you and then me. They would have harmed others. You must be ruthless, Alex, if you wish to survive this path. When they are this far gone, violence becomes their mother tongue. I don't know, Logan. Maybe you did the right thing, but you could have just disarmed him and he stares at me expectantly. After all the compassion I've seen in him, there's just a darker, violent side I didn't want to think about. Maybe I'm just being naive. The guy was trying to kill him. This world isn't going to be all sunshine and roses. You just scared me, okay? I've never seen anything like that, let alone from you. The husky's ears flatten backwards. He looks away. I did not mean to frighten you. I am sorry. I did not enjoy doing that. He suddenly winces, flexing his shoulder painfully. I frown and look down at his paws. The left one is pretty bloodied up. I'm not sure if it's his blood or the Doberman's. I sigh. Paw. Paw, give it to me. I am fine. I narrow my eyes, finally sick of her stubbornness. Give me your fucking paw now. Loken seems really surprised by my assertiveness. He sheepishly holds his huge mitt out for me. I take his paw in both hands, with the knuckles facing upwards, and run my fingers through his silky smooth, bloodied pelt. It is fine. Bite, scan. There's some nasty skin damage where his knuckles hit those teeth. He'll be okay, but we should disinfect the wound. Shh. Bite says you're fine, but you'll need to disinfect this. I gently wipe Loken's bloody knuckles with the edge of my hoodied sleeve. He winces, baring his teeth. I do not care what Bite says. I'm fine. After I shoot him a warning glare, he goes quiet again. At this point, I think he finds my scowls far more intimidating than I find his. I don't spend too long wiping blood from Loken's paw. In fact, after about a minute, I realize I'm just holding it. Hand. What? Show me your hand now. Grinning at his parroting of me, I hold my hand up so he can inspect the cut. It's still bleeding. He carefully takes my hand and turns it, palm facing upward in his own. The blade has cut you. You are okay. I have brought bandages. Keep still. Still cradling my hand in his huge paw, he dives into his satchel with the other paw and roots around, taking a roll of linen from it. Loken wipes my skin clean with a cloth, then pulls a tiny glass bottle from his satchel. He pops the cork off and pours the transparent fluid onto the cut. Ah! Be still. I grimace through the pain of the disinfectant, watching as Loken wraps the bandage around my palm. Just like how we met. When you bandaged me the day we met. This wound is not severe. You will not require stitches. I laugh. I know. I was just saying it reminded me of that. Feels like a long time ago. He tightens the bandage, then goes still. Beneath my hand, I feel the paw he's cradling me with flex. His fingers squeeze me gently. It is like that day. We both look down at our hands, laying on top of each other. I think about our little moment this morning, and remember feeling him pressing himself into my back. He's a good hound. Then I remember his face just a moment ago, as he beat the sugar cook. Hey, Loken? Alex? You don't do that kind of thing to people a lot, do you? He shrinks guiltily. I do not. I was concerned they would harm you, and I am responsible for you. You are important. Unable to resist temptation, I squeeze his hand and feel him subtly squeeze mine back. The rush of warmth I get being close to him like this is becoming familiar, but no less intoxicating. Don't worry about me. It turns out I can defend myself. Explain. I fought them off, all three. I was doing fine by myself. You are capable of fighting? I am. Good at it, too. Then you have strong vigor. You did not tell me this before. I didn't know. To be fair, Bite did all the work. Bite did this? Yep. If it wasn't for him, they'd have killed me before you arrived. I told you. He's on our side. He's quiet for a moment. Thank you. Huh? To Bite. Tell him I said thank you. My eyes boggle. Did you just approve of him? I did. He has protected you. That is good. This doesn't make us friends, dog. I smile. He still doesn't like you. But I think he appreciates your thanks. Okay. And since I can fight, you don't have to worry about me being in danger all the time. He looks confused. But... what? You are small. I roll my eyes, grinning. So what if I'm small? You will always be small. You just like being the big alpha hound, don't you? He pauses for a moment and looks down at our hands resting atop each other. And then his grip tightens. He tugs me ever so slightly closer and gives me a salacious grin. I do like that. Whoa, where did that come from? Was it something I said? There's a particular hunger behind the look he's giving me. It's like I'm his next meal. His eyes narrow at me and I stare back. He's never looked at me in this way. With this intensity, with this heat. I feel so small. I should act more like a big alpha hound to you? He's making no effort to hide the intent behind his eyes. He's mentally undressing me. No. Consuming me. I just know it. You should, maybe. I think you would like that. Maybe I would. His head tilts in lavish judgment, sizing me up. Your face is red. Alex, now is not the time for this. We should keep moving. Oh, right. He lets go of my hand. Come, the Rhinestone dish is not far. He swiftly pads towards the exit. I'm left stunned. He's never spoken to me like that before. It was charged, heated, and electric. Behind it, there was so much pent-up hunger. There was none of his usual insecurity rooted with his dominance there. He sounded so self-assured, so confident. It was yet another side of him I haven't seen before. Fuck, hearing him talk like that? I can only imagine what he's like when he's really turned on. What would happen if I teased him? Just a little. I wonder why he backed off. Did I say something wrong? Coughing awkwardly, I follow him back outside. I need to keep moving before I get a boner. It is not far. We amble through more abandoned streets. I strain my ears, but hear nothing unusual. There's no sign of the sugar cooks who fled from us. We're alone. I pause for a moment and stare into one of the vacant buildings. Inside is hollow, eerie. I stare for longer and my mind wanders. Idly, my hand fumbles with the music box in my pocket. My entire species. Gone. Nobody even remembers what we look like. Alex, focus. Right. Sorry, coming. Trying to abandon the thought and focus on the small task, I catch back up to Logan. So those 3 back there were exiled to the Blackstones by their chief? That's so harsh. It is cruel. Travonia does not do this. I'm surprised they haven't been slaughtered by demons. I am surprised they have not been slaughtered by one another. They certainly seemed ready to slaughter us. What's the deal with this Caius guy? People keep mentioning him. He's the chief of the Riptide clan? Loken grumbles uncomfortably, his eyeline traveling outwards awkwardly. Caius has forbidden technology in his clan. That's weird, considering how much you guys love Zephyr stuff. We change directions after a quick head nod from Loken. Our footsteps clap on the dusty cobblestone. Caius believes the Zephyr lean too heavily into the old knowledge, becoming lost. It is easy to fall when you are lost. He believes that to utilize their technology is to tempt their fate over again. To tempt their fate over again. I don't know. He believes the Zephyrs should be forgotten. Do you believe him? I do not. Tell me what you think. I shrug. Sounds like he's balls deep in the same ignorance as everyone else. Ignorance is the order of the world, after all. That is what Dravonia says. But Caius believes ignorance is the law of the world. He enforces his belief within his clan, strictly. Those who differ are exiled or killed. I'm thinking this guy isn't gonna be my biggest fan. How does his clan survive without technology? Caius is ruthless. All are expected to contribute. Death is accepted as weeding out the weak. Caius has an uneasy truce with the other clans, but he frequently caused conflicts. He wishes to massacre the Automonks, to kill the old knowledge for good. That'd leave Alayla in a permanent Stone Age. Dravonia said he has 4 Black Runners. What's the use of them if he doesn't want salvage? Salvage is still useful for trade. Caius simply does not use it himself. Caius' fear of the old knowledge is profound. He warns the other clans that they will damn us all for using it. Many believe he would destroy us to prevent this if he could. Why doesn't he? The other clans would unite against him. That is enough talking of Caius. We have arrived at the Rhinestone dish. The satellite station is massive. It towers within a wickety wire mesh fence that's half fallen down and half rusted to dust. I can practically feel the structure bending and groaning from old age. Parts of the dish have fallen completely away. The Automonks say it has become active. It doesn't look active. Have you ever been inside? I have not. You know the purpose of these structures? They were sort of used to send messages, like a mobile phone but on a much larger scale. I'm not sure why Alayla had 2 of them, though. The other is far from here. Alex, remember the task. We are attempting to determine why the Rhinestone dish has been activated. Only this and nothing more. I will go first. Be alert. I'm not sure what we will find. I feel a creeping sense of foreboding as I follow Loken across the open grass towards the Rhinestone dish. The windows are all locked with steel shutters, somehow still intact after all these years. There's a metal door leading inside. It doesn't look like anyone has broken in. Loken grabs the handle and pulls, but it rattles harshly and refuses to open. He tugs harder, baring his teeth, but it doesn't budge. Alex. Yeah? It is locked. Yeah, I got that. I do not have the means to open this door. Loken steps back, jaw twisted in uncertainty. I could ask Bite? At first he adopts his signature glare, but then it softens. Let's just see what he says. He deserves a shot, right? For helping me fight off the sugar cooks? Tell me how to... What? I do not know how to speak to him. I raise my eyebrows, pleasantly surprised. Oh, well, just talk. He can hear you. Alright. White, I am speaking to you. This door is locked. You can help open it? Tell him to say please. Oh, come on, Bite, just help us. Bite heard me? He wants you to say please. I have to suppress a laugh at the irritated scowl Loken shoots me. This is a joke. It's not a joke, asshole. I only take orders from Alex. Bite, please, help us get in. Fine. Kneel down by the door. Let me see the lock. I give Loken a thumbs up, which he returned stiffly, giving me a big grin as I kneel down to peer at the lock. A single iron deadbolt. It's very rusted. The hinges have heavily decayed. With enough force, it would break. Tell the mutt he needs to take a run up, then kick the door right above the lock. It'll burst straight open. I step away. Bite says the lock is weak. If you kick the door right here with a run up, it'll break. He is certain? He's never been wrong. Try it. I move away to give Loken some space. He takes a few steps back, then braces himself and kicks his foot at the door. Just as Bite promised, the hinges shatter with a horrifying crunch, and the door caves inward. Loken seems surprised. He blinks down at the disembodied door, then over to me. Bite knew where to kick? He scanned it. He saw the thing was falling apart, just needed a bit of force. I'm telling you, he's on our side. Perhaps. Tell him I said thank you. For now, we must go inside. I do not know what to expect, so I will go first. Right behind you, big guy. The room we enter is cramped, muggy, and dim. There are 2 rows of old control panels, all of which blink and churn with life. Loken steps cautiously around the panels, eyeing them wearily. Seeing all of these computers active is outright bizarre. You know of what these boxes are? I don't know exactly, no. I am uneasy. I've never seen anything like this. The building has a subterranean power source. It's receiving its juice from the dam. Bite says this place is powered by the Great Barrier. He can see if others have been here. No way. The dust in here hasn't been disturbed for centuries. And we're the first in here for hundreds of years. Someone must have flicked the on switch, though. Alex, put your hand on one of the control panels. I move past Loken, closer to the massive desk in front of me. Loken gasps in horror and pulls me abruptly away. I yelp in shock. Do not approach those. They're just control panels. Control panels? Let me touch them so Bite can tell us more. Reluctantly, Loken lets go of me. He's baring his teeth and his fists are clenched. These boxes have blinking lights, as demons do. It is unsafe. We should abandon this task. Let me kiss any help from the Auto Monks goodbye. It is not worth the risk. We'll find another way. Come, we are leaving. But we need their support. Just let Bite do a quick scan and we can go. Without waiting for his permission, I turn and put my hand on the control panel surface. It's clogged with grease and dust. Scanning. Oh. No, that can't be a coincidence. It's wrong. Remember how Alayla has 2 satellite stations? The other one has come online too. They've got some kind of wireless link. He says the other station is activated too. They're connected to each other, but he doesn't know what turned them on. Bite. Tell us when these places awoke. 85 hours, 42 minutes, and 7 seconds ago. So that's about... When I realize my blood turns cold. I pull my hand away from the machines, paling, and back away. The pod. When you broke it, that's when they activated. The Husky's jaw goes slack with bewilderment. Explain? The timing lines up perfectly. It was me. I'm linked to all of this, somehow. Loken's tail has gone limp with distress. I did this? I did not mean to. I only smashed the glass and pulled you free. I did nothing. Loken, there's no way it's a coincidence. Alex, this is not good. We should not stay here. No. We can't leave now. All this has something to do with me. This could be huge. There must be answers here. For me and Bite. For my whole species. There must be more to this place. I look back at the machines in front of me. Bite, what do these control panels do? I don't think they do anything. There's no functioning hardware within. Why the hell would someone fill this place with fake control panels? Unless it was hiding something? There's one active circuit. It's leading to the wall on your left. My head flicks upward. On the nearest wall is a small computerized panel like an empty picture frame. Loken follows my gaze, spotting it at the same time. That is important? Yeah, Bite seems to think so. I go to approach, but Loken blocks my path. I will check first. Clearly not about to take no for an answer, he approaches the pad on the wall. I think it's a handprint recognition lock. Right as he tells me, Loken curiously dabs his finger against the device. Nothing happens. He begins peering at it curiously, then tries to dig his finger under it as though attempting to tear it off. Wait. Let me try. Loken steps away, giving me room. I'm not sure why I think this is going to work. I tentatively press my hand against the pad. Ah! An electric shock thumps through my hand. I cry out in surprise and wrench my hand away. In a heartbeat, Loken grasps me by the shoulders and yanks me back, pulling me behind him defensively and growling. Right in front of us, a section of the wall rises up like a door. It is moving. Stay back. Wait. I jump out from behind him, staring at the doorway that just opened. It's dark within, but I can just about make out a set of metal stairs leading below. How the hell? Thank me later. You did this? Explain. Bite opened it. I am confused. I have my tricks, dog. Besides, the software on this thing felt familiar. Familiar in what way? Like putting on an old jumper. I can't explain how, I just knew what to do. I think we're in the right place, Alex. Let's see what's down there. I start to move towards the newly opened passage. With a growl, Loken steps in front of me. No, we have seen enough. What? No! This is more important than the damn auto monks. He draws himself up to his full height, looming over me. Alex, I have never seen anything like this. It is unsafe. This is not the task. This place could tell us something about me. This place bears the mark of demons. We are digging too deep. There will be consequences too. You promised. He blinks at me, startled. You promised to help me find answers if I agreed to be your acolyte. There are answers here. Loken opens his mouth to argue, but the words stick. He looks away for a moment. He knows I'm right. I did promise this, but I did not expect... Let's just see what's down there, please? His ears flick nervously. Loken, come on, forget the auto monks. This is why we're really here, isn't it? He growls again. Fine, but you will stay behind me. We will not dig too deep. I'll let him go first. He seems like a fair compromise. Maybe he senses danger that I just can't? It doesn't matter. Danger or not, I'm going down there. Cautiously, Loken and I head through the secret door. The room is lined with racks of advanced computers, beautifully stored and organized behind glass containers. Even with hundreds of years worth of dust collection, it still seems crystal clean down here. Tiny lights flicker on each of the devices, and they whir with life. I press my face to the glass, but can't make out what their function is. These controlling panel boxes are different to those above. Explain. It's preserved Zephyr technology, but it's really advanced. Like, on another level. Wait, I've got something. They're data banks. They're storing information. Hundreds of exabytes worth. What's an exabyte? It's more data than 100,000 human brains. Byte says they're storing data. Lots of data. You are talking nonsense. So, My people had a language called binary digital code. It meant any information could be stored as ones and zeros. I stop myself when I see the blank, confused look on his face. They contain information and memories. They may contain your memories? That's not quite how it works. Did the auto monks know about this place? I do not think so. Perhaps they suspected the memory boxes were here, but could not find them, as you and Byte have. Byte, can you read any of this data? Possibly. If there's a way for me to download it? Maybe there's another switch to interface with. Have a look around. We scour the chamber, desperately searching for something we could make use of. Loken glances nervously at the exit every few moments, as though expecting trouble. After a few minutes of looking around... Alex. He grabs my attention and gestures for me to join him at the far end of the room. I jog over. Right on the wall is another handprint recognition lock, like the one upstairs. They're identical. There is another of these. The husky reaches out and touches it. Nothing happens. I think only Byte can get these to work. We have seen enough. We will return to the Automonks and inform them of this discovery. The task is complete. He gestures for me to follow him. Instead, I reach towards the panel. No! Loken tugs me away, clutching me by my shoulders. Hey, what? I almost topple backwards onto him. We do not know what will happen. You are digging too deep. We might not get this chance again. I will not lose you. What? Why would you? I'll be fine, Loken. No. Alex, we will find another way. Let me go, Loken. I slap the massive husky off me and back away. My whole species is dead, Loken. All of them. Anyone I might have loved is gone. Nobody even remembers what I am. I don't even know what I am. Don't you dare try and stop me. I glare at him furiously, frustrated that he doesn't understand how much this means to me. Walking through the skeleton of my entire society has been a lot to take in. I'm angry and saddened. But, Alex, you are small. He looks away from me, his face tense with concern. I take a breath to compose myself. I don't know why he's so scared that something will happen with me. I don't know why he cares so much after only 3 days. I gently reach over and pat his arm, wishing there were more I could do to combat his anxiety. His tail flicks, but his expression remains strained. You're not going to lose another acolyte. I promise. I need to do this. He goes silent. After a moment, he opens his mouth to say something, but nothing comes out. He relents and steps away. Nodding to him in thanks, I step over to the pad on the wall. Ready, Byte? Ready. Touch the panel. Gingerly, I reach forward and place my hand against the panel. The last thing I remember before blacking out is screaming. My body burned like it had been set aflame. And Loken. I remember hearing Loken yelling my name. I felt him grab me as I fell back. Then, nothing. And that's a good ending point for that one. You get to wait a few days if you're watching this live. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.